So you guys wanted me to review your teams?
Good evening.
Maybe you'll find it relatable and you'll see like, okay, so I see these teams and maybe I'll be playing something similar, or like maybe I'm changing these players' positions. And also, look, I would say that this team is insane just because it has all the best players in their respective positions. And even Rijkaard playing as a left back, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's nice, but he can hold his own. The problem is that I would probably play right and left backs who are pacey, so Thuram will work. So I would be converting him to a center back here, maybe, right? So that's what I've seen many people are doing on console. I mean, you can try it, of course. I mean, that if that works for you as a left back, who am I to suggest you? And yeah, I mean, obviously play Orchestrator as well as a center back. Rodri. This Rodri is a phenomenal card. This Rodri is a crazy good card. So yeah, if it works for you, it's good. But you have the Star, who I would say is slightly better, just because he can jump higher compared to this Rodri. And jump is a stat that you actually need not to overlook, because I've seen how Maradona is jumping over tall defenders just because they don't have a jump stat. So this Rodri, he is lacking this jump, and this Star, he has the jump. So that's the only concerns. Other than that, it's a crazy good team. Defensive midfield is good. I assume this is a whole box-to-box. If that's box-to-box, that's good. If he's a whole player here, I would want to have more solidity like an Anchorman. You can maybe start Rodri, actually, in fact. You can maybe start Rodri here instead. But that's still, if it works for you, it's long ball counter. You don't need to run around a lot. So speed is important, but not as important, because everyone will be kind of like dropping down in defense. So these are my suggestions regarding this team. And let's see, Ben's suggesting a team. It's a free-to-play team this time. He probably was lucky with this Zico. This goalkeeper, crazy good. Like, I used him on console. Problem is that I'm struggling to give him a low punt. So he has one-touch pass, he has no-look pass, he has double touch, any other skill that you can imagine, but not the low punt. Now I'm using all my skill tokens from events to get him low punt. That's the only downside. Because with low punt, you can distribute very quickly the ball to your attacking midfielders. And having a goalkeeper with low punt is like really, like, the more you play competitively, the more you like rely on long ball counter or quick counter playstyles. You realize how good low punt is, and I would be playing that. And the fact that you have attack and fullback is nice, so he is gonna be making these overlapping runs. Scholes as defensive midfielder with whole player playstyle, right? He's gonna be making runs. So I would probably maybe switching it to center midfielder. This Casemiro is very solid too. And this Panthership, like Stoichkov is left-footed, he's gonna be cutting inside. Mbappe can take on both feet, but also gonna be cutting inside. So that's a nice partnership. Have a left footer and right footer on each of the sides of the attack. And of course, 4-2-2, the most reliable formation imaginable. We have Siko OG with this team. Very nice. I don't know what's the reason of playing. Maybe you think that he's going to be dropping deeper. He's an attacking fullback, of course. I'm pretty sure that Irvin is also attacking fullback. So playing two attacking fullbacks. But it's long ball counter. Anything will work for you, yeah? So again, 4-3-3. Pretty much 4-2-1-3. Very good formation. And this Petit is a gem. He's going to be making these runs all the time. Helping you in defense, helping you in attack. He may be a little bit clunky because his balance is low. But this is a crazy card. And of course, whole player here, making these runs all the time, helping you out. And yeah, these players will be overlapping. I think he's attacking fullback too. Vishad's left wing forward. Yeah, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Obviously, the idea is to make sure that these players are cutting inside, so that they are helping you out. It's an ex-Boafab sending me a team. If I was getting paid $1 for each pixel on the screen, I would be paid about like $2. Have Vija, attacker, Gullit, crazy bro. Like, yeah, that's one of the best players in the game. He's tall, wins headers, technical on the ball, can take a shot. Everything you need from attacking midfielder to center forward, right? So I would even go as far as playing him over Vija. Vija is not that impressive. I don't think that he scored some insane goals against me, and I didn't go for him when there was a selection of free legends. I went for Snyder. And I would be starting this Bellingham. This Bellingham is also tall, wins headers, and he's a whole player. So that would be my change, right? So Vija will be super sub, and then Gullit as center forward. Although, like, if you want to get more from like goal poacher runs, some people like actual goal poacher runs, and they don't like Gullit for that matter. It's still nice. This Bernardo is a crazy good card. He's a box-to-box player too. That this playstyle is very, very underrated. And then you have this Costa Curta, one of the best left backs ever in the game, defensive fullback. This defense is also very solid, and you have the 4 defensive fullbacks. Very nice setup here. I like it. This Van Basten on the bench as well, kind of criminal. But I also noticed that he's not exceptional for me, not like not exceeding the expectations, you know. And we have Helnik. It's another 4-2-2. Like it's probably people are like sending me. It's a competition for the most template formation. You're benching so many good players. Like, why are you buying new players? What is the reason for that? Like, what? I mean, I guess. I think these players are never seeing the playtime. You never use them, right? So that's wasted money. Or like, obviously, Kante was free. I think you never play. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, you play him as a center forward 2, 5, 6 center forwards, and you barely play them. Like some of them are always benched, and obviously this is crazy pairing too. So I think when the fun stops, stop. That's what I can say. Alan, okay, very nice team. Nothing to add. This Walker is pretty pacey. You can play him as center back as well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this Neuer is nice. Like the next position that you want to improve is probably get a better striker and better goalkeeper. From now, I think it's very solid. And we have another team. It's like a video for some reason. There's Zakaria, the defensive midfielder. Vieira, I think that's a destroyer. My favorite type of Vieira card. Yeah, that's a crazy team. There's nothing to add on that. Again, 4-2-2, it's a competition. It's a POC championship of 4-2-2 teams. And 4-2-2, nothing to comment on this, I think. Everyone seen these teams already in this video alone 5 times. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's a good idea to play Neymar as a second midfielder, because you want to perform a very precise pass in behind the defensive line. And unless you trained him to have 90 passing, which as far as I'm concerned is impossible, he's going to be lacking the kicking power to perform the pass, and he may have good kicking power as like kicking power, but that's not affecting his passing abilities. Passing is a separate thing. So he needs to be played as a finisher, or like more like... I'm usually not starting him, I'm usually playing him as in the second half when I want to have some fun with skills. Or maybe like distract the opponent because he's going to be doing something completely different to what my other players can suggest. This is the player you would want to play instead of Neymar. Right? And obviously... this Rui Costa, right? I don't know if he's good or not. You can also try him instead. Just players with better passing, you know? Yeah, other than that, it's a very good team. Very balanced, quick counter. This Belletti has fantastic work rate, even though he's attacking fullback. He will be helping you in defense too. And this Nedved, this is a gem, one of the best cards. I would be playing Nedved on this side, so that you can cut inside and always take a shot from this position, you know? That's my idea, what I usually do. It was my attacking midfielder. Similar to Snyder. Snyder has good kicking power, so he will be easily doing that. Another video for some reason. We have... that's actually a good formation. I made a video about this formation. Very, very playable, reliable, quick counter, very attacking. You're always trying to pressure your opponent on each of the sides. And I like how players are positioned here. Whole player making a run on this side. And we have good strikers in Mbappe and Sheva. I would even play Sheva on that side, on the right, because Sheva has better weak foot than Mbappe, from what I know. He's using that a lot. Like, his usage is probably more often. I mean, from what my experience, of course. Maybe on paper they have the same. But I felt like Sheva is scoring weak foot for me, and Mbappe doing some weird animations and not doing that a lot. So it's easier for him to play on the left side. We have MRFNB14. For once we see something different. And that is Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Up front, crazy card. This Griezmann is so underrated. Like, obviously they made him insane. I don't know what's the reason he's not an ambassador of the game. In fact, he was, I think, dropped by Konami like 2 years ago for being a racist nasty piece of work. But somehow he's now an ambassador, like has one of the best cards in the game, like ambassadors have. And card is nice just because it can defend. Like, it intercepts everything. Like, it looks like it's Kante in a way, in the middle. But then when it comes to attack, he also has the end product. Very, very nice card. This Dybala is like kind of like space. I don't know if that works for you. I think he's very, very, very slow. So I would rather, you know what? I would rather play Griezmann here and Dybala over here, maybe. You know? Maybe I'm wrong, of course. I want pacey players to make these runs. I don't know if you're... How do you play with 3 at the back, though? Like, it feels like you're gonna be getting exposed. Because when your opponents are actually outplaying you in the middle, right? They're eliminating all of these players. They're not playing anymore. You're left with these 3 defenders, and they have 2 attackers. And they just play 1-2 in between these spots, right? Or they play wider to their fullbacks. Bro, like, it felt to me like it's such a nice idea. Play along will counter and 3 at the back. But I don't even see people on console doing that anymore, just because how overpowered these quick counter situations are and how much space there is in between the edge every defender. Yeah, that's actually very descriptive. What I would be doing is improving your striker situation. As good and lethal as Torres is, currently Konami is releasing more pacey defenders, and when I was reviewing Torres for 500 coins on console, it was a crazy good card, worked for me, scored bangers, and he still does. But then I realized that even the free Mbappe, right? So Mbappe, the free Mbappe that you got from French pack, unless you started the game later, but I'm pretty sure you have that, right? So Mbappe, free French Mbappe, is better than the stores, according to every stat available, and according to just in-game performance too, because they have the same playstyle. They have same set of skills like double touch. This Torres needs a little bit of skills, of course. One touch pass, maybe through pass. You need to give him that. I did that, but I didn't really feel like he is now overpowered just because he barely has 90 speed. And in this game, when you play 1-2, you want them to make rounds in behind the defense, and you need 95 speed at this point of the game. You need that to make these runs in behind. This Saliba as well, I stopped playing him just because every dwarf has been dunking on him who has jump over than 80. So Saliba has low jump, he's getting dunked despite being a good defender. Apparently, a real spirity skill is there. He's just not jumping, bro. Like, he's getting out jumped, and I stopped using players with low jump abilities. And also make sure when you train your Costa Curta, I'm gonna be posting my builds as like a separate video, but when you train Costa Curta and other players like defensive fullbacks, just make sure that they have like jump in 85 at least. This Saliba, it's very difficult to get that number with him. He still can work for you, but when opponent is just crossing into Haaland or Drogba, you will be in trouble. 4-4-2. Actually, very interesting information. I've been using 4-4-2 for some time. I like it. I like the work rate of these players. This is the key to win the midfield battles. Winnie is good. This Pires is also nice. I don't believe you're benching Bale over Stoichkov. You should do something here. Or even over Messi, right? So Messi can be benched. So Bale should start. This is a crazy good card to be benched. And yeah, other than that, maybe you just did that so that I have something to add, you know? Like, made something so that Alex will obviously comment on Bale on being on the bench. And Alex did that. Yes, sir. This Bellingham also too good to be benched. So we'll be playing him over Vinny. That would be my idea. I also gave Bellingham proficiency to play as a left midfielder and center forward. So unless you didn't do that, you may be considering that too. So Bellingham as left midfielder, whole player activated, very nice too. We have a deep lying defensive line, which I'm not sure if that helps. I tried it many times. I didn't really feel any difference. But I've seen Japanese players do that. This Raul is underrated card. You don't see many people using that. This Dembo is a menace. I have him. And this Rafinha is nice too. Problem is that Rafinha on that left side, he is left-footed. So what are you cutting in for? Are you probably crossing, right? You're probably crossing more. I would be playing him as a right midfielder, but the problem is that probably he doesn't have the proficiency. This is one of those fraudulent cards that Konami has dropped. This Groundberg is good, but I think this Kante is better. So Groundberg off, right? Groundberg off, Kante on. I would be doing that, unless Kante doesn't work for you. Groundberg, this card is not cutting it, man. This Kante is much better. You're benching a gem. And also this Çalhanoğlu is fantastic, I think. All of his cards are very good. This Isak is insane. You should start him. I would start Isak over Raul. I'm telling you, just because he's faster and the game favors spacey players. Yeah, a few benching decisions, but then again, it's up to you if the other players perform well for you. So we have something different. False 9, kinda. No striker. I think he's a whole player. Well, he should be, because that's the reason, like, when you play attacking midfielder like this. Yeah, could work for you, but I always find this problem where I cannot pass with someone who is standing already in that zone. That's why barely anyone plays that competitively. You need someone to just occupy that zone to play 1-2s off, right? Because you can only pass like this only so much and achieve, yeah. You can achieve something, but you can achieve much more when you're passing into the zone, you know? And that's where you would expect this Benkham to make that run. But would it be very good timing for that pass or run? Would he be doing that exactly when he wanted to do? That's why it's handy to have a center forward at any point. Other than that, it's a nice team. Overnight. Again, 3 at the back. I don't know how you survive in divisions with 3 at the back, because, I mean, that's pretty tricky. Opponents want to pass a lot, and 3 at the back, 3 destroyers. 2 destroyers, in fact. I think 3, wait a minute. Isn't he destroyer too? Yeah, maybe it works. Look, he's not going to be tracking back. He's not helping in defense unless you're dragging him manually. Backs here. I don't know if he has the pace to make the run, but sometimes he does. And when he does, the through pass to Eto'o, I think that's deadly. And not even the cross, but the through pass is already can be very deadly. This Ronaldo bullet header. Oh, I know what you're up to. Okay, so you probably are scoring more than your opponent then, just by crossing into bullet header Ronaldo, because I think he has the edge crosser skill or good crossing abilities, and same for backs. And yeah, I know what's happening here. All right, we have Odephile giving us. I played with this formation a lot. That's like 4-2-2-2, but we play with pretty much 4-4-2. You play with attacking right and left infielders, and you play very narrow position defensive midfielders. I think I actually got into Division 1 with possession with this. Yeah, it can work for you with a long ball counter. The selection of players is good. This Guardiol is kind of tricky. I don't think that he has either defensive stats or jump. Something is lacking with this card. I wouldn't be trusting this card a lot. And the same goes for this Beckenbauer. He's losing the headers for me. Like 50-50 headers, he's losing them, and I don't like that. I want some presence. So if you pulled Adams, I would be playing Adams or one of these cards. And this defensive pairing is a nightmare to deal with. Very good. And these 2 strikers, pretty slow, right? So you want to have Mbappe probably. One of the strikers should be Mbappe, so that he is making the runs in behind. Mbappe is a crazy card. I realized that. I'm going to be posting a video on console. I played against a full-time whaler, bro. Like, he has all the double booster cards. And I had Mbappe. Mbappe making the run in behind from that left side, either left center forward or like left wing forward. Double touch and curl. And that has been so reliable. Against Buffon, any player in the box, Mbappe finishes that. Same goes for maybe other players. All of them have double touch, but that's just, they don't have the pace to make these runs, incisive runs in the behind. This Hazard is fantastic. Belletti as right midfielder. Interesting choice. Are you crossing onto these players? They're not exceptional in terms of winning headers. All right, then have Timeless. Right, I don't think, guys, that's a lot. I think I'll cover the next up until Radicchio's team, and then the next. Bro, you continue submitting them. It's insane. Yeah, I think if you guys, I'll be posting that as a separate video. If you guys are getting like interested in these type of videos, I'm gonna be making more. Del Piero, second striker. Okay, interesting. That's a good position to play him there. So the whole player is activated, and he's making the runs in behind. This Neymar as well, nice position too. And Baggio, yeah, I like the position of the players. Makes a lot of sense. And also left footer here, so he can cut inside and score. Modric, this card is good, very solid. Kind of slow, but still will do the job for you. And yeah, that's nice. This Camavinga, you might be struggling with this. He's not really good physically. He's not going to be winning a lot of physical battles. But maybe Ta and Maldini will be covering up. So another team, which I think is good. Some OG cards. Buffon is the goalkeeper that you need, yeah. That's a good team. Rafinha as well. Showtime Rafinha is nice. Uji Maldini, big time. A lot of double boosters. I don't know about this Gascoigne, but I mean, if he cooks for you, it's good. Yeah, the formation is nice. It's narrow, and everything that is narrow is favored by long ball counter playstyle. Both on console and mobile. I'm telling you, Alex, Alex, we're crushing. All right, okay. That is, again, if I was paid $1 for each pixel, I think that's Mbappe up top. Yeah, it's Mbappe, Messi, Figo on the right side. Yeah, that's a crazy good team. Cold team as well. I like the fact that you're playing Bellingham as a whole player down the middle because he's going to be making this run and disrupting your entire opponent's like setup because so many attackers, right? This chain of 4 attackers and then Bellingham making these runs all the time in behind Mbappe too. That's nice. Yeah, that's a good team. The only thing that you need to play this Maradona more often, I don't know if you do because this is a crazy good card or an underrated card. Yeah, that's a free card as well from Penalty Challenge. I've been noticing people using this. I noticed people played more like one of these cards is center forward. And I would probably be doing that to this Haaland, right? Haaland would be center forward, and this is second striker. And Messi's playstyle is not activated. Problem is that I don't understand why you play Messi on the left. Are you like crossing, providing passes? Because if you take a shot, right-footed shot for him is not possible. So he needs outside curler then. You need to give him outside curler as a skill. So he's doing that cut inside and curl. But yeah, same goes for Haaland. He is left-footer. So for him, I think his weak foot is kind of decent though. Maybe I'm wrong though. Like I've considered a lot of shots from Haaland on his right foot. Don't know what to tell about it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is a good trio of attackers though. And we have this Petit, like I said before, crazy good card. And yeah, I mean, that's a good team. I would still probably play this Tchouaméni over Davids and Davids over Zeroberto. Maybe Zeroberto is the same as Davids, but I want to have a tall player presence here because what goalkeepers are doing, so goalkeeper, for instance, is punting the ball and it flies towards this center midfield area. And Davids, even if you give him aerial superiority, which I did, he has good jump, but you want convincing player with tall player who can win these headers. So that's where Tchouaméni will probably come into play. And also you're benching Costa Curta. I mean, he's a fantastic player. I would rather play him than Van de Ven, you know? But I think that depending on the condition, you play them. All right, we have 4-2-2-2. We've seen this before. Not surprised, but that's reliable. That's why it works. You don't need to invent a bicycle. It's a free-to-play team as well. He already packed Kanté. Very good. This is the pairing. This is a nightmare to face in divisions, I'm telling you. This is a crazy team. And then you have... I have this Marcus Thuram. I mean, he's so clunky. Maybe he just clinical. You just pass from Messi to Thuram first time shot. Yeah, this Ruben Dias is good. So... But so is this... I think he's a offensive fullback. So if he's a offensive fullback, it's a quick counter playstyle. What I would be doing, I would be somehow making sure that they can accommodate Ruben Dias. Oh wait, he's a destroyer though. Van Dijk then. Yeah, Van Dijk. So Van Dijk will start. Costa Curta will be left back. And then you give a proficiency to this Beckenbauer play as a right back. Have a little bit more solid defensive line, right? You have defensive midfielder, defensive fullback. In quick counter, this... I think he's selling you, no? Tell me. If this Guardiola is selling you, if that's the case, you need to think about maybe improving your defense. That's what more people are doing. And then, Griezmann. What's up is this? He's a box-to-box player. You actually would want him to play here. Box-to-box is a player who helps in attack too. Like a whole player, but with defensive awareness, like a work rate too. This Neymar is a fantastic card, bro. Like, this Neymar is broken. I don't know how do you bench him. With this playstyle, with this formation, people use quick counter a lot. Very, very good. On-ball counter will work too, because what you do is just you use these runs and use the passing lanes to make these players always active. This Ronaldo is also good, phenomenal finishing. You can take a half-turn shot. This Araujo is a crazy good card, one of the best defenders still. And obviously, nothing to comment on. It's a fantastic team. And that has been the final part of the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, drop a like right now. Make sure you drop a like so that there is part 2.